Hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV screen to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well, let's learn English together. And so, here we all are again. We meet again, Mr. Bond. Good. I do like meeting like this. It's very nice. And so, here we all are. You out there, sitting down, relaxed and ready to learn some more English. And me in here, in the studio, with the crew and the ridiculously bright lights. I'm here with a microphone hidden inside my t-shirt. A battery-powered microphone. Look, here it is. Okay, so now you've seen the microphone. Let's get on with the lesson. Okay, so this week, starting today, is our 22nd week of English together. What? Aren't you impressed? No? I can see that you're not impressed. You're sitting there in your comfy seat, looking at me with a glassy stare, thinking, 22 weeks? Is that all? That's nothing. That's a minuscule number. But no, it's not. Don't think about the number of weeks. Think about the number of lessons. Yes. Then the number changes a little bit, doesn't it? Yes. Today, the start of our 22nd week together means that this lesson is the 106th lesson. Now, what do you say to that? That's right. I think you have to say, blimey! And you're right. Blimey is the correct word for the moment. This is our 106th lesson. That's fantastic. Okay, so now that you're impressed, after all, this is an impressive number, 106. The 106th lesson is here today. Okay, so what's on today's menu? Well, it's time, once again, to head back to see what's happening with Loretta. Loretta got the job. She's the new head of security at the Fabuloso Splendido Hotel. Do you remember? A couple of weeks ago, we saw Loretta go for an interview at the hotel. That was the day when we learned that Gordon Taylor works as a hotel receptionist. Loretta spoke to Gordon when she went to the hotel. Loretta had an interview with Mr. Williams, and then, a few days later, Loretta received a letter from Mr. Williams. She got the job because Mr. Williams thinks she's the most suitable candidate for the job. Great! So you do remember. Well, we know that Mr. Williams talked about Loretta using a superlative, don't we? That's right. He said that she was the most suitable. He could have said that she was the best candidate. In these two sentences, the most suitable is the best. Now, after Mr. Williams offered Loretta the job, Loretta phoned Mr. Williams to make an appointment with him. She wanted to go to the hotel to meet Mr. Williams. She wanted to discuss the new job with him. When Loretta phoned Mr. Williams, she spoke to Mr. Williams's secretary, Sharon, and she made an appointment to see Mr. Williams to discuss her new job. Now, that time has come. Loretta's on her way to Mr. Williams' office. She's walking to the hotel to meet Mr. Williams for her 1:30 appointment with Mr. Williams. And there's Mr. Williams. He's in his office, waiting for Loretta. Look, Loretta's going into the hotel. She's going to speak to Gordon, the receptionist. Good afternoon, madam. Can I help you? Hello. Yes, you can help me. I'm here for a meeting with Mr. Williams. Can you tell him I'm here? Of course, madam. Can you tell me your name, please? Yes, I'm Loretta Sweat. Thank you, Miss Sweat. This won't take a moment. Sharon? Hello, it's Gordon at reception. Could you tell Mr. Williams that Miss Sweat's here to see him? She has a meeting booked. Okay, I'll tell her. Thanks. Mr. Williams is waiting for you, Miss Sweat. He'd like you to go through to his office. Thank you, I will. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Miss Sweat. How nice to see you again. Are you here for your meeting with Mr. Williams? Yes, the receptionist told me Mr. Williams was waiting for me. Yes, that's right. I'll let him know that you're here. Mr. Williams? Miss Sweat's here. Go right in, Miss Sweat. Thanks, Sharon. Hello again, Miss Sweat. How are you? I'm fine, thanks, Mr. Williams. How are you? Fine, thanks. Please, take a seat. Thank you. Would you like something to drink, a coffee or a tea or a soft drink? Yes, please. Can I have a cappuccino, please? Of course. Sharon, can you get us 2 cappuccinos, please? Right away, Mr. Williams. I'm glad that you accepted the job, Miss Sweat. I really do think that you're the best person for the job of security manager. Thank you, Mr. Williams. I won't let you down. I'm sure you won't, Miss Sweat. Now, is there anything that we need to talk about before we sign your contract? No, I don't think so. I read the contract and it all seems pretty straightforward to me. It's a standard contract, isn't it? Yes. There's nothing unusual about this contract. I'm sure it's the same as all the other contracts. Now, Mr. Williams and Loretta are talking about the contract that they are going to sign. A contract is a legal document. It's a legal agreement. We know the verb to agree, don't we? Of course we do. If 2 people think the same thing, then they agree. Well, the noun from the verb to agree is agreement. A contract is an agreement. 2 or more people agree on something and then they sign a piece of paper saying we agree on this or we agree to do this. The contract that Mr. Williams and Loretta signed is a legal agreement. Legal means that something is connected to the law. We often hear about things being illegal or against the law. In Europe, for example, you can legally drive a car if you pass a driving test and are at least 17 years old. If you are younger than 17, or if you didn't pass your driving test, you can drive, but you're driving illegally. Because the contract between Mr. Williams and Loretta is legal, Loretta can get compensation from Mr. Williams not doing something, and Mr. Williams can get compensation for Loretta not doing something. And now, ladies and gents, boys and girls, it's time for Enid.
What ho, people? Hello, hello. Now today, I just wanted to tell you about what happened to me at the doctor's surgery. As I told you, I phoned the doctor's surgery, spoke to the receptionist, and made an appointment. But when I went to the doctor's surgery, my usual doctor wasn't there, and I had to register with a new doctor. The receptionist said, "Can you fill in this form, please?" And she gave me a form to fill in. She asked me to provide information about myself, and she gave me a form, a printed document with spaces for information. She told me to fill in the form. She wanted me to put information into the spaces on the form. She could have also asked me to complete the form, but British people normally prefer to use fill in. So I filled in the form and handed it back to her. Then I sat down in the waiting room and waited for someone to call my name. I waited for 3/4 of an hour! 3/4 of an hour! That's terrible! I shall write to my MP. Do you know what an MP is? Well, an MP is a member of Parliament. And when I'm not happy with the service I receive, I write to my MP and ask him to speak to the Prime Minister and the Queen and solve the problem for me. I'm very good at writing letters to my MP. Then, after I had waited for 3/4 of an hour, the doctor's door suddenly opened and the doctor ran out of the surgery, jumped over the table in the waiting room and rushed out of the surgery like a gazelle. I didn't know what to say. I looked at the receptionist and she said, "I'm very sorry, Miss Fotherington Smythe, but the doctor just received a telephone call. There's an emergency at the hospital and he went to help. Would you like to make an appointment for tomorrow?" That made me pretty angry, pretty shirty. Oh, and I wanted to talk to you about that. Loretta used the same word earlier, didn't she? She said that the contract was pretty straightforward. This is something that the British love. They use pretty as a synonym for quite. Instead of saying someone is quite tall, they say pretty tall. And they say that they had a pretty good day. Not great, but not bad. Pretty good. Now, as you heard, I didn't have a pretty good day today. I was pretty shirty when the doctor ran away. I filled in a form to register with a new doctor. Then I waited for 3/4 of an hour for the new doctor, and then the new doctor ran out of the clinic. After all that, the receptionist asked me if I wanted to make an appointment for tomorrow. I was so shirty that I couldn't speak. I went home and wrote several letters to my MP. Some letters were about the fact that I had to fill in a form and wait for 3/4 of an hour. And some of the letters were about the fact that the doctor ran away from the clinic like a gazelle. And now I'm trying to find another doctor. I think I'll ask Rupert and Archibald to help me. Oh, well, it's been a tiring day. I wrote lots of letters and now I need a rest. I'm going out to drink a few cocktails with my friend, Clementina. Clementina Poshwood Harrier. We're meeting Rupert and Archibald in the Ponce Peacock. They do the most wonderful cocktails there. Tomorrow, I'll write to my MP again. Okay, I'm off. Toodaloo, pip pip, chitty bye.
Okay, and that's all we have time for today. Our lesson has come to an end. Don't forget to check out all our video lessons on www.m5tv.hu. Okay, we're almost out of time, so I'll see you tomorrow for some more English language fun. I'm Gav Duncan. I'm not Thomas Smart. I'm not Joey Goddard. I'm Gav Duncan, and I'll see you tomorrow. See you later. Bye.